Hi, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, hi. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So how should I call you? Aida?
Aida. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. So
Mm-hmm.
you can speak good English, right?
Yes, yeah, I guess so.
Okay, that's excellent. Okay. So how long you have been in Malaysia? I believe, are you local?
Oh no, I'm not local.
Okay,
I'm here since 2009.
that's quite a lot.
Quite long. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. So okay, Aida,
Mm-mm.
I will have to introduce you through the normal demo class that I give to every student.
Mm-hmm.
Because I notice even people who
Mm-hmm.
already have studied in university,
Mm-hmm.
so they also sometimes lack that information. So let me lay
Mm-hmm.
back that so that I don't have to come to it later. But may I
Sure.
know
Mm-hmm.
what is your background, please?
So I finished my course last year, September. It was front-end developer, of course.
Hmm.
So I covered HTML, then CSS, then we studied JavaScript
Okay.
and React, sorry,
React, yes. So
React. Hmm.
let me clarify that. So is
Hmm.
it this is your university study or this is a
No, no,
different?
different. It's just online classes,
Okay.
it was in Russian. Yeah, it's like IT girls, whatever school.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
everything
Uh,
was in Russian. Yeah. Hmm.
okay. So the point here that my question to you that is it did you study anything about computer science in your previous life? This means that before this course, did you study
Hmm.
anything about computer science?
No, never. I had an university, just, basic IT, I don't
Okay.
know,
Okay.
knowledge. Yeah.
So may I know why you chose? I know that this is sometimes maybe not so comfortable, but that let
Hmm.
me somehow um, also give recommendation once I am in a position to do that. Okay. So
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I am not just a teacher. You brought a
Hmm.
teacher who have actually spent the last 22 years in programming. It means that
Hmm.
before so while I was uh, actually programming, I was teaching part-time classes. But
Hmm.
then when I at the end, then I decided to move totally to tutoring. So at the end, I'm
Yeah.
able to see the whole picture from the top. I'm able to give you directions to simplify things so that you don't
Hmm.
have to fall into the same mistakes that I personally did or
I
take a
see.
wrong decision in your career. That's why I ask you questions for that
I see.
specific reason. So
That's good. Hmm.
I have no idea about your age, but I can guess that I almost double your age. So
Uh-huh.
yeah. So
Okay. Yeah.
so what I want to say that uh, I don't only have experience working in projects in Malaysia, but while I was in Malaysia, then I also do projects in Germany, Sweden, and Finland, and so on. So I traveled a lot.
Uh-huh.
I dealt with different teams, either
Hmm.
in programming or even things that is indirectly related to programming. So
I
this
see.
is a small introduction. So
Hmm.
uh, like our factory that worked in North Malaysia produced machines that was exported to Germany, to
Hmm.
US, and was even part of government projects there. So at the end of the day, yes. So whatever this experience is, this is slightly not only front end, that is
Hmm.
more to full stack than it is
Hmm.
to a front end. That is why I try to understand what you know, what is your background, so that I also can how somehow yes, other than directing you, but also
Hmm.
give you little information that can help you because IT and programming in general are tied. So
Yeah.
you need to deal with the back end developers. So if you are only front end, then you need to deal with these people, and then you need to
Mm-hmm.
know the language that you need to talk to them with. So you need to also know what is the points that you need to give to them so that they are able to develop their back-end site, for example. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay.
So have you done? I from your GitHub, I have seen some projects.
Yes.
I'm not an expert in React, so I can't see that if you really connected your projects to any database.
Yes. No, I didn't. It was just like how it's called FIP, something like this. We had
Oh,
a project, yeah, within, you know,
okay, but did
the
you did
students supposed to finish, yeah, this. It was like a translate whatever app from Russian to English. I couldn't manage, to finish because the problem is I give birth
oh,
and I was very busy with my baby, so I just,
okay,
left it as it is. Yeah,
okay,
I
no,
didn't learn anything properly, so yeah, but for now I want to, again continue my studies.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so again, the first 25 minutes we will not talk about programming specifically, but
Mm-hmm.
you will need that, and I personally benefit from that, and I wish that I knew that earlier. So I will discuss with you how
Mm-hmm.
our personal brain works and
Mm-hmm.
how you as a programmer are able
Mm-hmm.
to benefit from that. Okay, so
Okay.
okay. So
All right.
first of all, there is some terms that we need to have a look at. So let me try
Mm-hmm.
to start this slide here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so our brain does not take big chunks of information. Our brain like it a lot when you divide the information into small chunks. So for example, if you are um, seeing this kind of phone number, so this
Mm-hmm.
is a lot of digits, and this is not so easy for our brain to really catch it from the first shot. So it works best for our brain if you divide that whole number into small chunks of information. And not only that, our brain also like it when you try to tie the new information that you want to remember with the
Mm-hmm.
old information that you have fixed in your brain. So for example, 9 and 5 and 4 can refer to September, can refer to May, and can refer to April. This is one way of tying the new information
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
with an old one. Okay, so okay, this is also one way. Another way to say that, okay, maybe your birthday is on September, or maybe your mother's birthday is on September. So also the brain likes it when you tie fixed information in your brain with a new one like that. Okay, so by dividing the information into small chunks, that helps your brain to grab the information faster and store it faster. And when you create links between different information that you are trying to grab, also that make it easy and make the information stick in your brain. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I would say um, uh, brain is sorry, the brain works in this way. So brain stores the information in neurons in the mind, and then they try to build connections between different information, and the more you build connections between old information and new information, it
Mm-hmm.
will last for long. And now let me ask you, did you grab anything from what I said so far?
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's good. Typically, I would ask you to tell me what you understand, because that also it's not about that I am testing you, but
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not here to test you. I'm here to actually stress something, which is recalling. If you want to also tell your brain that the information that you are receiving is important, you have to do
Mm-hmm.
something called recalling.
Yeah.
So um, yeah, so by telling me the information that you grabbed from me, that
Mm-hmm.
also help your information to stick in your brain. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
when we again when we group information together, and
Mm-hmm.
okay, and that helps our short-term memory to process the information more efficiently, like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
We want to, like I told you also, that we don't just want to passively read or listen to information. We would like to take notes summarize key points, and even discuss the information that we learn with others. That helps the information to stick into the brain. We also need to focus, like I told you, look into relationship between different information. We need to build patterns, find patterns in the information that we are reading. We need to find connections between different pieces of information. Now, let me move to the next. What do you see here in front of your eyes?
Numbers? What was this? The number of pages, or what is this?
Okay, what about that?
Index, book index. Oh, okay. I'm looking at
okay, so have you seen that before?
Yeah, yes, correct.
Okay, did you use it? And what did you use it for?
Sometimes, yeah, maybe I use it.
Okay, so what do you use it for? Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello. I can hear you.
Hello.
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 Hello, hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Wow, strange. Can you hear
hello.
me? Can you
hear?
now
can hear. Yes, yeah, can.
Wow, okay.
yeah.
That's a bit strange. Okay. Okay. So what did you use the book index for?
Oh, wait, I cannot say. Oh, there.
Can you hear me?
Can you repeat? Yeah, can you repeat, please, the question?
Sure. What did you use the book index for? So if you ever use a book index, what did you use it for? So this is
like a key of the like information, right? So you can find the word or what this
excellent
surnames, yeah.
Yes, excellent.
And what page, right? At
excellent,
what page?
Excellent. Yes, perfect, perfect. So okay. So why I'm asking you about that? Because I want to tell you, did you ever know that we have a memory index in our brain? Did you hear about that before?
Not really.
Okay. No. So what is our target actually from telling you about memory index? The point here that there is only one single information that I want to pass to you from that. But listen to me here. So there is two places in the memory that we call hippocampus. And that is actually responsible for organizing or orchestrating the information in our long-term memory. And so this is like an index to our permanent memory. Okay, we have two pieces of memory. One in front in the our located at our forehead, which is the temporary memory, which is you are using at the moment when you are listening to me. So the information are flow from our temporal memory to the hippocampus, which orchestrate, organize, and put links and tie the information and see where it wants to store the information in the permanent memory. The permanent memory is actually a thin layer that is covering across our whole
back,
brain.
Right?
Yeah, not only at the back, start from the top, and it is a thin layer. Okay.
I see.
So this is our permanent memory, and what we want that is that so why we need a middleman. This hippocampus actually is a middleman between the working memory and the permanent memory. The permanent memory is a slow learner. It learns the information slowly. So the hippocampus is like a middleman that keep teaching the permanent memory where and how to store the information. Of course, when we give the information that we are learning, or when we tell our brain that the new information we are learning, it have connections to the old information, so they got connected together and stored in related places. And that helps us when we are recalling back the information. Now, so the problem or the key point from this slide is not to teach you that there is something called hippocampus. How can you use it? How can you benefit from that? What you can benefit from is that the hippocampus gets saturated in adults in an amount of time which is between 10 to 15 minutes. So if you are even studying alone, or even listening to a lecture, or whatever, listening to a video where you are learning something, every 10 to 15 minutes, your hippocampus got saturated. So it is exactly like you are having a cup of water and you keep putting more water, and that it reaches the edge. The more water you put, it will flow out. So this happened to the information if you exceed that time without taking 1 or 2 minutes of silence. So again, we do not want the hippocampus to get saturated. So we don't want it to lose information that we are going to pass to it from our working memory. So when you are listening to me, information goes only to the temporary memory. Sometimes we also call it working memory. So we don't want that. We don't want to lose information. So we want all the information to be stored properly. So it means that every 15 minutes, take 1 or 2 minutes of silence. That helps the hippocampus to do its job of storing the information in the permanent. How is that? Is that clear?
Yeah. So every 15 minutes, like for example, I'm learning like something or reading information, I have to stop
1 or 2
just to
minutes.
memorize. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It is not you that memorize. It is the hippocampus that do the job for you. So if you continue pressure yourself, that is not good. Okay. So the teachers who studied neuroscience, they actually busy themselves with either checking their slides or even cleaning the board. So they do that automatically without telling the students what is the reason behind it. But of course, because we are tutoring, so typically every minute counts. So I need to also inform you. Sometimes, I mean, we need to practice that a lot to be able to make use of it. But at the end of the day, I'm just telling you so that you also can use it on your own. Okay? Okay, that's perfect. So what do you see in front of your eyes here? Can you guess?
It's a brain, our brain.
Okay.
Left and right sides, no?
Okay, no. So
No?
actually, this is just not
Yes,
left and right, but what I want to say is that, yes, it is true, it's our brain, but here you see a lot of connections more than here. Okay, so what I want to say that our brain make connections between different information, and we call that memory consolidation. But this thing happen only, it takes time actually. So it happened only during our sleep. And so it's having good night sleep is very important. Having enough sleep every night is important. It takes weeks to months for information to consolidate in our brain. So sometimes you learn something, but you will feel that sometimes it takes longer time to have a deep understanding. When you build connections like that, so your brain are able to link different topics together. So you will find that, for example, so there maybe you're learning Java and Python and different languages, and your brain will take time to develop the skills. So don't rush up. Don't think that, oh, from the first day, if you didn't understand, then you give up. No, actually, your brain needs time. And again, the sleep have a very big and important role here. Good night sleep every day. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then also there is another information. Don't think because you are specializing in front end, then you should only read information about front end. The research found that people who are problem solvers and people who come up with creative ideas are people who read in a wide topics, not only related to their field. So you are computer science, you want to focus on certain type of programming, don't tie yourself to that. Read about different topics. As long as you are not putting, I'm sorry to say, rubbish information, then you will definitely have a better way of, brainstorming and solving problems. So they find out that the people who read about news, geography, history, even though it's not related to the computer science field, but it does help them and benefit their brain. The amount of connection that they have in the brain is strong and wide, and then they have a wide view, and that helps a lot in problem solving.
Okay.
Did I make myself clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Understood.
So okay. The last slide that I will talk to you here about, which is about two modes that our brain actually function in. So currently, your brain is working in the focused thinking mode. Okay, which is good because you find relations between different things, and you're able to grab information, understand what I'm saying. But there is an important mode that you do not, most of the people do not know how to trigger. So the diffuse thinking mode helps a lot in finding solutions for problem, or having the top overview of the whole situation. So now, if you have a problem, typically a programming problem. So let me focus on that. So I personally, 20 years ago, I take it as a challenge, or I take it on my ego, that I cannot leave a problem that I have in hand, and I don't stop working unless I find a solution for it. But actually, this is wrong. This is against how our brain works. So, okay, if I'm always on the focus thinking mode, then I actually wasting a mode that I'm able to trigger, and I'm able to trigger without putting too much effort. So again, if you're having a problem, then stop and go and have some have a cup of tea, have a sandwich, go walking. Even people find creative ideas to solve the problems when they're taking a shower. So when when your mind are not focusing about anything and totally relaxed, you are actually triggering the diffuse thinking mode. But do you think that every time you trigger the diffuse thinking mode, you will find immediate solution for problems?
Hello?
Most of the time, yes. Sorry again, can you?
I didn't hear you just now.
So what did you miss out? Yes, hello. What did you miss out?
I think did you ask something? Or
no, I was telling you that do you think if that you will find a solution for your problem from the first time that you trigger the diffuse thinking mode?
Of
So
course
the
not.
answer no. Most of the time, I would say 80% of the time, yes. From the first time you trigger the diffuse thinking mode, then you will start solving 80% of your problems. But some problem will take time. It means that you need to trigger the diffuse thinking mode many times. So I would say, you trigger the diffuse thinking mode. You're having a problem you cannot solve. You cannot solve a code or exercise in JavaScript, for example, because HTML and CSS is not so complicated to that extent. But most probably, JavaScript is the one that will take some time for you to find solutions for problems. So I would say, stop what you're doing, go and rest for 30 minutes, or even rest for 5 minutes and do other topics, study other topics, open other topics. So that trigger your diffuse thinking mode. If you go back to the same exercise, you're still not able to solve it, try to trigger again your diffuse thinking mode, or even leave that topic for tomorrow and think about it. I would say 90% of the time, if you delay the topic to tomorrow, then you will have a solution for that. This what worked really for me. So
actually, I had this one when during my study, I did like this. I just leave the problem. Maybe I go to sleep, go walk, remember, and next day, I just all of a sudden the idea pop up. How to solve this problem.
Then
this is how I distract myself a bit and forget about it. Yeah,
that's perfect. This is how it works. Yes. Okay. So
yeah, I know.
so smart people use that a lot. They just close their eyes, sit on the table, and they have some people have they are set to they have a ball, and then they hold the ball in the hand, and then they keep squeezing the ball. So they make the brain focus on squeezing the ball rather than thinking about any ideas or busying their brain about any ideas. Okay. So I also want to tell you one thing that benefits the brain a lot. This technique is called interleaving techniques. So I'm not sure if I put it in this slide or not. Let me see. No, I didn't put it on this slide. But okay, let me explain about this interleaving. So I assume that maybe you have, I would say, 2 or 3 topics that you want to focus on and study. So I assume, let me assume that one of these topics is HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So I assume that this is only one topic, okay, from the 3 topics. So I would say the brain likes it and benefit a lot when you do interleaving. Means that you do not say that I want to give this topic 5 hours today. So it liked it when you say, I want to give this topic maybe 3 or 4 days a week. So, and you reduce the amount of time that you give to this topic per day. So you say that I want to give this topic maybe 1 hour and a half or maybe 2 hours at maximum a day. And then I want to start other topics also on the same days. So maybe you have topic 1, and then for 1 hour and a half, topic 2 for 1 hour and a half, maybe topic 3 for 1 hour and a half. So this is what we call interleaving. And then you repeat the same pattern 3-4 days a week. So by giving yourself something called spaced learning, means that you always study this topic during the week, not only 1 day a week. So that help your brain to not to forget information and code specifically. You have to know that I also, as a programmer, tend to forget the syntax that I mean, the CSS. So HTML is easy. I would say CSS and JavaScript actually tend to evaporate by time. So if you leave it, you don't touch it, you touch it only 1 day a week, that will actually evaporate. So when you do spaced learning, that helps you a lot. Okay. Am I clear so far? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Now can hear. Yeah. You asked me something.
No,
you disappear. Sometimes.
What is? Yeah, this is a bit strange. Can I know? What was the last thing that you hear me? What did
about the topics that we need to have a space
learning
between learning?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's good. So did you catch anything so far?
Yeah.
You learned something from me so far?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's interesting.
Brain works.
Okay, so we will move out from this topic, and okay. Okay. So typically, for our classes, I create. So I have a website, and then I use. I create a blog with a specific URL for every student. So you are able to access all the class recording and even the class resources by date. So you will see that, okay, this class is taken at which date and what is the class summary. And then if there is a class recording for it, then you will see a links for that. So you're able to access different parts, and you will also receive the exercises. So you have a link that can refer you to exercise for every class. And if there is a slides, also you will find the slides. If I write a code with you, typically I will put a link for the code so that you are able to access the code. Typically the codes sometimes are not in the slides because we will deal with different how to say, either compiler or interpreters that we are able to write the code and see an output. So not only slides will have code.
Sure.
Okay.
So
then let me share with you. So most of the time the slide is stored on a Google Drive where you are able to also use the link to access. So most of the time also, unless you specify something different, I upload the classes on a YouTube, and then I put for you the links, so you are able to use the links and click it. Then you're able to open class recording. Most of the time, I would recommend here using Fiddle. I use with other students for other languages, Replit. Did you hear about it?
No, never.
So
we use Slake. Yeah, we use Slake. I remember during my study.
Like that?
Slack. Let's go again.
Okay, I'm not.
Slack,
yeah, but Slack is for communication.
They always upload the theory and everything.
Okay.
All the videos also from YouTube.
Okay. So, but where do you write the code?
VS Code.
VS Code.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So that is one of the ways I typically use online. Okay. So JS Fiddle allow us to do one nice thing, that I'm able to write HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in one page, and then I'm able to press run here, and I'm able to see the output here. So all of them in one place. That can, of course, there is more professional ways if we want to write complicated code. But at the moment, as a start, I prefer this, and I tried it, and it's working for testing. So if you want to test something, you will immediately see an output here. Okay, especially for JavaScript. So I recommend that as a start. As I told you, some of other students use Replit, but I find it not as good when we are dealing with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript at the same time. Okay.
Okay. Understand.
So okay, that is for different classes. So this is things that we do with other languages like Python. We are able to use AI to detect objects on the screen, and so, for example, you heard about AI before, right?
Yeah.
So AI, you pass it. So this is using a Python language. You are able to pass an image to the AI, and he's able to recognize how many cars there in the image, and this is a car, and this is maybe a person, and maybe this is a traffic light. So, and this is for outdoor. So if there is a camera that is used, how to say, or hang it out on outdoor areas, they are able to count how many cars is passing by, and they're even able to recognize incidents if there is accident happen or something like that. And some of them are smart enough to even recognize the plate numbers, catch the plate numbers, even try to extract the text of the plate numbers. Okay, so we've done projects on that, and not only that. So some of the projects that it was done was to help blind people, for example. So they use glasses that people wear. So a blind person wear a glass that is having a camera attached to it. We call it a smart glass. So it can tell the blind person what the camera can see. So it can tell him, oh, there is a table, and there is a laptop on top of the table, and there is a chair, and there is a cup on the table, there is a bottle. So it recognizes everything, and it name it for the blind person. That definitely help. This is not our topic, but that is used to introduce
anyway,
some
good to know. I never had idea.
Okay, so
working with actually.
So actually, it is not only that. If you just to let you know. So in Python and AI, we are able to recognize faces. So if we have a person, we recognize first that this is a person. Then we are able to detect actually just a few lines of code. I mean, I can tell you the things that do this does not exceed 50 lines of code. So of course, but there is a know-how. So you need to understand. So we recognize the face first, and we recognize first this is a person. Once we recognize the person, then we start to find where is his face. And once we start to recognize, oh, here is a face, then we are able to point out points in his face to recognize the eye, the nose, the mouth, and the chin. And then for some users, maybe you are given a video, then you take out from this video pictures of the people who appear in the video, and maybe you are able to even blur certain areas in the images that you see. So that is one of the things that is also one of the projects that is done. One of the things that also was done was that recognizing the faces of people who have done accidents. So this is a smart glass here, and this smart glass or AI was trained on images for the person in his normal conditions. And then this is a smart glass with a camera that actually recognizes the person when he made an accident. As you can see that his face got certain things, so that is actually can be sometimes even difficult for normal people to recognize his face. Using the smart camera and AI, actually we're able to detect the person if and what is his name and if we was trained before. So this is used by mostly sometimes it's common in China that they say that every policeman are equipped with a camera that is able to recognize people who are walking on the street. So this is what we call, I mean, this is what they typically have used, but of course they have advanced technology here, more than the simple projects that we are able to do on just our simple platform, because they have this need a lot of processing power. But with the simple things like recognizing a face or even analyzing a video, we're still able to do it on our laptops. Now, let me move to the most important thing here. We would like to talk about HTML and CSS. So let me, again, I'm not testing you. I'm just trying to understand where you stand so that I'm able to see how I'm able to help you in the next classes. So, okay, now this code is an HTML code. Can you still recall that?
HTML. What is it? What
this is HTML code. So I'm asking if you are able to recognize anything from this HTML code.
Okay, HTML, the start, right? I guess. Then there is a head, body, and footer, correct?
Yes, correct. There is no footer here, but yes, you're correct. Header and footer.
Usually, yeah, 3 parts, right? So in a head, there is a title, or there is a menu, or how it's called, navigator, right?
Yes, yes, correct. You're correct.
Yeah, after that goes the body, the main, like, I don't know, information.
Correct.
The code. Then they can divide it. The body can be divided into many parts.
Okay, that's excellent. Are you able
and there
to?
Is
yeah, I'm listening. Please talk.
We can add image there. Okay,
excellent.
And the footer. The footer usually they're in like a dress.
Yes, you will put links there. Yes, in the footer, and sometimes addresses and telephone numbers.
Telephone number, yeah.
Okay, excellent. But are you able to recognize any errors in this code?
Yes, because first it's H1 and it's closed with H2.
Excellent. That's one. The second?
P paragraph, right? This is the next one seems like correct.
Okay, that's good.
And the image didn't really closed, right? With the if I'm not mistaken, image again, the slash image, and this house called I don't remember.
So this is you're talking that we should close the image like that?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Okay, sometimes we can also ignore it, but there is another error.
Another. There is a, how it's called?
Double quotation?
Yes, yeah, at the end.
So we are missing double quotation here. Excellent.
Yes,
that is excellent. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yes. So let me now have a look here. So if we want to improve this CSS code, this CSS code is actually for a button, if you can recognize that.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Okay. And we have hovering effect. So can you tell me, what do you think if we want to modify the button to include maybe rounded corners for the button? How we can do that? Any idea?
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, we are stressing your brain to remember, which is, it is totally fine. I mean, yeah, we have to build on top of the information that you learned. So it's totally fine that you have a blur mind at the start.
Maybe the border. Should we change the border? None into, I don't know.
Okay, that is okay. A good try, but it's not the correct one.
Okay.
What about here?
So it means,
is it correct?
Button hover. No, it's incorrect. So we should remove this hover. It's not like
excellent.
this.
Okay, so you are remembering. Okay, that's good. Excellent. So this is wrong. Yes.
Yeah.
And what about here?
Here, the should be a bit further.
I mean, what I want to say that if we want to make a button that have rounded, sorry,
round.
Yes, round corner. Let me try to.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay, never mind. So okay, let me. So this is a rounded corner. Have you seen that button? This kind of button before?
Yes, yes, yeah. I know what you mean, but I don't remember how to make it.
Okay. So what about if we talk about a border radius?
Oh, there.
You remember
border radius? Yes, now I remember it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We're supposed to add a border radius, is it?
Yes.
5 pixels. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now I remember.
That's excellent.
I forgot everything. No practice, that's why I don't really remember.
It's okay, no worries. So again here, I would say that if you try to have a look at this JavaScript and tell me if this code is actually correct or not.
Oh, yeah. Function grade name. I don't know, seriously.
You
seems like it looks correct.
It is it looks like correct. Okay, so this part is correct.
Looks correct. Yeah, I think it's correct.
Okay, so actually the code will execute. Yes, so the code will execute, but it will not have the same effect that we would like it to have. So the code in this current form, it's supposed to actually, this is an event. Can you still remember that? So yes. Okay. So this my button have an event on click, and we want to get to execute that function once this button is clicked. But when you put it in this current form, actually once the code is read, it will get executed even without waiting for the button to be clicked. So we need to modify this, the way that we call that method or the function here, so that it's not executed immediately. So any idea?
You mean without clicking it already execute?
Yes, yes.
So
the
we
way
need
that
to
we need to modify this portion.
I don't know. I know what you mean, but I don't know how to do this.
Okay.
JavaScript is really, really dark for me. Really.
It's okay then. Yeah. So okay, The correct way to do that is to create an anonymous function for that. So this, by creating anonymous function this way, so and we putting our method or function that we want to call, then we guarantee that this will never get executed unless there is a click on the button. Okay, so if you don't, then once the page loads, then it will immediately call this great student. Okay, so do you know what does it mean to have an anonymous function? This is one thing. And tell me also if you ever see an anonymous function that is created in this way. So this is a traditional way. So,
okay.
Do you still remember what's the mean anonymous function?
Not really, no.
Okay, so okay, now I think, can you recognize that command?
Hello. What's the name? The greeting, right? So if, but
I mean, can you recognize what this code or does?
Not really.
Okay, no problem. It's okay, no problem. I just, because again, this is not to test you, just to understand where you stand and where we need to start. So okay, so just to summarize you, so this is two ways of creating functions. So this is exactly the same code, but we do it in a different way. So this is a named function. You define a function, and then here you call it. And this is how you create anonymous functions. So you create the function and you assign it to a variable. Okay. So you see here the difference. So this is the name of the function.
Yeah.
And this is the keyword that we use to tell the computer that this is a function. But here we assign the function to a variable. And this variable is called great. And then to call the function, we actually use this variable name and we pass it an input. So do you recognize that this is an input to the function?
Yeah.
Okay, you recognize that this Alice will actually be passed to the name. Okay, and then we will call hello name, and hello, it means that hello Alice at the end. So this console log will print something to us on the console itself, and the console looks like, let me see here. Oops. Okay, so let me try to share this screen. Let me see what you can see at the moment. So let me share that here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So I would say, give me a second. Let me try to. So at the end here, what I did here, can you see my? Can you see what I'm doing here? So this is an addition. So this is an advanced way. This is a modern way to use anonymous functions. But what I want to say, what is the reason that I come here to this page is just to show you that this console log will actually print something here on the console. And the console does not typically appear to the user. Okay, so most of the time, when we are troubleshooting some code, we need to see an output. We need to see where our code is actually executing and what is the output that comes out from our code, or if certain codes really have been executed or not. We have no idea. We are not able to really know unless we use console log. So every time we want to get something out, we use this console log to print something to us. So again, that is in the normal browser. Do you ever see or know how to bring out? So let me see here. So did you ever see that we have tools that is called developer tools? Did you ever see that?
Yes, there is a code. Yeah.
So this is the console.
Console.
So you have seen that before?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's excellent. So typically the end user does not open the console. It's only us as a programmers who always open the console for troubleshooting. So I think and by the moment I already reached the end of my demo class. So tell me if you really benefited from the class, and what do you want to see in the next classes, and if there is a way that we can improve, or if you recommend something that we need to see on the next classes, I also willing to listen. So tell me.
What I want to hear from the next class. I think, I should start from beginning. I mean, for the JavaScript especially.
Okay. So
just from scratch again, have to start.
Okay.
Because I had problems during my studies, and for now it's been like a year gap. So I totally forgot everything.
No, your brain still remember. It's just we need to
a bit, maybe.
Yes, yeah. and give you. I mean, we move a little bit by little bit. Let me understand from you. Do you know what the meaning DNS?
DNS.
And do you know what does the mean URL?
Yes, URL. It's the link, right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, no.
Correct. Yes, correct. What about DNS?
DNS? No, never heard.
Okay. So that is things that is related to web servers. So do you know what the meaning a web server?
The web server, there is a storage of information, all this stuff.
Okay, so when we build the website,
the main name, is it? Something like this. The server. No, not really.
Okay, so I will explain that in the next classes. It's okay, it's fine, totally fine. I will explain that, but I just need to know so that I am focusing on the things that you don't really know. Okay. So I think by now you are the longest demo class I ever gave, but it's fine, totally fine. Typically it is in the range of 40 minutes, between 30 minutes to 40 minutes, but it's totally fine. I enjoyed the class also with you.
Thank you.
Yes, you are a pleasant person. So okay, let me see how
you too.
Yeah, thanks. Let me see how we can continue, and yalla, and then
yeah, you just let me know when you're free. Maybe not necessary in the morning, because you see, I have kids and they don't really, give me time, to be like on myself, so yeah, maybe evening around maybe like 9 o'clock, something like this. When they sleep, I can study.
Okay, 9 o'clock. Let me check if let me check that if I'm able to give you. Yeah, okay, that's not bad at all. Yeah, so 8 or 9, yes. Let me check my schedule again if I'm able to locate times at 8 or 9, and I'll let you know. Okay.
Sure. Just let me know. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
But you said this Wednesday you can make it, right? 11.
Yes. Yes.
Also,
we're
maybe
still able to make it at Wednesday.
Yeah, on a Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday 11 would be great.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Should I how go pay? Give me just your bank account details, and I just transfer.
For this demo class, you don't need to pay anything. This is this is a
demo.
start.
Okay.
Yes, just a demo, as usual with every student.
I see.
So it's okay. You can pay from the next classes. Okay.
Sure. Okay, understood. Okay.
Okay.
So I see you on Wednesday. Yeah?
Yes. So I will give you the details of the fee structure, and then you give me the choice that you want. Okay.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
That's good. Okay.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. You too. Bye.